The flag ceremony took place twice a day. It was once in the morning at breakfast, and then again at dinner time. $850 scouts and well over 100 camp staff. It was like a sea of khaki, red, and olive. The scouts are quickly drawn to attention.
Scout salute!
That cannon shot always seemed to catch you by surprise. The flag ceremony at dinner time was a little bit more formal than the one at breakfast. It's where you had to wear your Class A's, the official dress uniform. But this journey really began over 15 hours ago in Brooksville, Florida. The caravan was made up of 3 cars, with William in the lead, Michael in the middle, and Andrew took the tail. There was 3 scouts in each car, heading to northeast Georgia. The Georgia red clay washed everything with an orange hue, and the campgrounds really seemed to take on that color. It got picked up in the air, and everything ended up with a layer of orange dust blown across it. It seemed like it was just pulled right out of the soil and up into the trees, and then it shows up in the leaves and then the bark. And you can see it in the history of the place. You can imagine sitting there 100 years ago. And the sun rises and the sun sets. They just paint on another layer of orange. It's not often that a scout will find a minute to himself. This day is so full of activities. Most classes are geared towards earning merit badges, and some of them are just for fun.
Zip line clear! Zipping! I love my job!
It was a given after watching that Andrew was going to have to do it himself. And why waste valuable time thinking it over?
Rope, west wall. On belay, west wall. Climbing. Climb on. Doesn't matter how well it's stressed. You stop.
Use in and help out people that drown or drown.
Hey, Ryan. That's the front crawl.
We're getting our life-saving merit badge. We had to swim 400 meters. We had to do 4 different strokes.
We had to get your swim test on.
Yeah, that we were through our swim test in because we didn't do it yet.
Yeah, dude. Yes, dude.
Anybody okay?
We had to do side stroke, breaststroke, side crawl, and free, and then we had 4 free laps of our own.
Still too vertical. You want to lean forward. Fall in. Hit with your chest.
With almost 1,000 growing boys to feed, the line probably could never move fast enough. You each get the same portion, and there's no room for being picky. Etiquette is not a word that's used often, but there is one formality that's observed, and that's that the troop all sits together at their table. It's a square meal, but it's the conversation that keeps you at the table. And all in all, you don't spend as much time in the dining hall as you do outside in the front rockers after the meal. And the rockers are only for adults, 18 and over. And that makes it a true luxury.
It stands for open land. I'm gonna go quickly get an example of contours so y'all can see what it is.
Right, anywhere there's small circles all together, right? Okay.
This is a real life example.
Of Rainey Mountain?
Yeah.
The Scoutmasters got in on the fun. They get a chance to show off some of their skeet shooting skills, like William, who turned out to be one of the top competitors in the event.
Dave and Wayne. Who wants to
It does require a sharp eye. Fast reflexes help.
Ready. Ready.
And those are the people who get the most joy out of it. You really end up depending on the staff a lot, and you end up befriending them, like the troop's assigned guide, Andrew. And it's the smiling face and the can-do spirit. They do a good job to kind of make you feel like you're at home. At the arena bonfire, that's when all the scouts and all the staff are together. This isn't class anymore. This is about having fun, laughing, clapping, and music. The important thing is not if you received an award, or if you could even understand the skit, or hear what they're saying from way up at the top of the bleachers. It's just right in front of you the whole time. That giant bonfire. troop went solo on a hike, and that left a lot of unanswered questions. Did the thinner air make them sing like that? Did the physical demands of the hike cause delirium? Regardless, everybody does need to find a way there.
Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive. How about any other songs, you know? Thriller, thriller night.
We are at the top of Mount Wanahakalugi.
Said two, so let's do it.
If your spit is white, you're thirsty.
I don't know how to do bad luck you go twice. You'll be dehydrated.
Dude, doesn't this look so fake?
Look over there. That's where we're going next.
Are we really?
The top of that mountain.
Hey, so do you have any words of wisdom up here at the top of the... Now that you've made it this far?
Two hands on the rope is a good idea.
There are no shortcuts in life, let's just say that.
Anything that you've learned, on your journey to the top besides don't walk behind Matthew?
Everybody needs to find their way here.
By the end of the week, enough time had passed that the personalities really started to show. Parts of a person's character really stuck out, their strengths or weaknesses. And they end up even figuring out things about themselves, like their hopes and dreams. In a crowd of that many scouts, it soon becomes evident what sets a troop apart from the other ones. You begin to behave more like a team, feels like a team. 796 is more than just a number. You feel a sense of pride, and the group as a whole takes on a new form and come up with ideas that bind you, like code names. And the group picks the code name for the individual based on their personality. They don't have a choice. Brian was known as Blaze. Christian was Delta. Matthew was Day Tripper. William was Stealth. Ryan was Wiki. Cameron was Sloth. Harry was known as Serial Killer. Chris was The Beat. Nathan was Blade. Andrew, Flurb. Michael was Powder. And last but not least, William was Pyro.
If I were to make a company, it would probably be like safaris and like raft rides to like Grand Canyon, safaris in the African plains. Just like an adventure company.
Everyone else was working.
And
You were just standing around.
I would probably call it like the Never Forgettable Journey.
When I get older, I'm going to be a person that works for Nintendo, designing new games for them. Probably.
Okay, and then
A shooting game or something like that.
My favorite part of camping is going up the big rock and tripping uphill. I'm the failest kid in the whole entire world because nobody can trip uphill.
Today, I got 2 badges.
Wow, I got
First aid and swimming. Finished my swimming, and me and another dude were the only ones who did the CPR thing exactly right.
I've been daydreaming a lot about Nike and golf clubs.
It's Nikkei.
Whatever. So I'm thinking I'm going
I didn't know Nike
to work
was
for Nike Golf.
That was fun. I liked Big Rock.
I answered you, William.
That was a fun hike.
The climb to Big Rock was fun. I really wanted to do the 7 miles. Plus, I like to climb things. It's enjoying could be the word. The carrying the 60-pound log back wasn't so much fun, but I was glad that I was able to do it.
I love my daddy.
And my uncle.
Yeah. And my uncle, and my uncle. And whoever this guy is.
My favorite part was chopping firewood.
My favorite part of Scout Camp has been going up to Big Rock with all the scouts. That was a lot of fun. We got to see a really majestic viewpoint of the camp, and that was really nice.
My favorite part about Scout Camp has been the adventurous hikes that we've been able to take as a troop, going up to the Big Rock and to Mount Wanahakalugi.
My favorite part of camp would be when they're all gone to class and I get my hammock to myself. Although that didn't happen very much. After a week, they all smell. But besides that, they all did pretty good. No one really got homesick this week. I was surprised. All in all, everyone got along pretty good.
6 days and nights, the troop was living in tents. It had everything you would need, which was nothing. And they were corralled around the only form of entertainment, the campfire. There was no cellular phone service and no Wi-Fi at the tent. On the first day of camp, the scouts had to give up all of their devices. No cell phones, no games. And at night, when total darkness falls over the camp, you had to reinvent the way that you do things. And the first order of business is to start a campfire, the Scout way.
I'll build you your fire.
No matches, no accelerant. These are skills that they learn.
Trust me.
Skills that'll be tested over and over again on this camp out.
Take these many miles and multiply by 2.
Okay, I'm starving.
For one night, the scouts were required to cook dinner at their campsite.
I was thinking less,
something simple.
Less hands since we don't have
and they were only given the basics. Some meat, some potatoes, foil. Everything else was up to them. Not a gourmet meal, but food. You learn to get by. Your priorities change, and different things make you happy. You figure out what you need to do to relax and enjoy yourself, and suddenly you realize how important your friends are. You're making memories and building bonds. It's more important than food. It's more important than games and phones. And this is why you suffer through the rain and the humidity. It's for these friendships. That's what you do anything for. This journey is never forgettable. Blaze, Christian, Day Tripper, Stealth, Wiki, Sloth, Serial Killer, The Beat, Blade, Powder, Pyro, Flurb, and of course, Flash.